If you have ever tried to learn tarot, you know the moment you hit a wall. You are staring at 78 separate cards, flipping through guidebooks, and trying to reconcile dozens of isolated, often contradictory definitions. In the late 19th century, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn formalized a system called elemental dignities. This framework allows the cards to function as a cohesive, interactive system where the proximity of one card dictates the meaning of the next. Over the next 6 minutes, we are going to calculate the exact elemental chemistry of a 3-card spread. We will use the Golden Dawn's rules to identify how cards physically react to one another, revealing the true lead character of any reading. This system requires no special powers, just a standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck and a basic understanding of the 4 suits. We begin by separating the physical cards into 2 distinct piles based on their elemental polarity. Your first pile contains the wands, representing fire, and the swords, representing air. These are the active elements. They focus their energy outward, seeking to directly change or influence their environment. The second pile holds the cups, which are water, and the pentacles, which represent earth. These are the passive elements. They are receptive and inward-facing, designed to adapt to the environment or focus on internal stability. Establishing this active and passive binary is the mandatory first step. You must know the direction the energy is flowing before you can calculate how the cards will interact. When you place 2 cards next to each other, they create a chemical reaction. The Golden Dawn system identifies 4 specific types of interactions that dictate how these cards behave. First are strong pairings. When 2 cards share the exact same suit, like fire sitting next to fire, they act as an echo chamber, ruthlessly amplifying each other's traits. This diagram shows our second type, friendly pairings. Notice the solid black diagonal bars connecting fire to air and earth to water. Because these elements share the same polarity, they collaborate to build each other up. Then we have the enemies. These are the dotted vertical and horizontal lines connecting opposing elements like fire and water. These cards actively cancel each other out, dampening a seeker's drive with fear or disrupting their stability with chaos. Neutral pairings, shown here by the gray borderlines, occur between distant elements like fire and earth. These cards act as mild irritants. They coexist on the table without significantly altering each other's power. Memorizing these 4 interaction types allows you to resolve the confusion of drawing seemingly contradictory cards. You can now see which cards are actually doing the heavy lifting in a spread. We can apply these same rules to the court cards, though many readers ignore a court character's intrinsic elemental rank. Every rank has an elemental assignment. Kings function as air, queens as water, knights as fire, and pages as earth. Take the King of Wands. By blending his air rank with his fire suit, we find a friendly and supportive internal energy. His strategic mind is perfectly aligned with his passion. Blending these elements is critical because it reveals a character's internal stability. It tells you instantly if an archetype is well-directed or suffering from internal conflict. Now we apply these rules to a 3-card spread. In this architecture, the center card is your primary subject, and it is permanently modified by the flanking cards on its left and right. If a center card is sandwiched between 2 enemy elements, it is neutralized. Its energy is effectively removed from the reading. In this scenario, the center card becomes a background extra. The focus of the reading shifts elsewhere. Let's look at a modification scenario. We have the 2 of Wands, which is fire, in the center. It is flanked by the King of Cups, water, on the left, and the Ace of Swords, air, on the right. First, we check the left flanker. Water is an enemy to fire, so the king weakens our subject. Now we check the right flanker. Air is friendly to fire. The Ace of Swords is actively strengthening the central subject. Because the air card provides support, the center card is able to overcome the weakening influence of the water card. The fire of the 2 of Wands remains the dominant focus of the story. This workflow forces a precise storyline to emerge, replacing vague guesswork with a calculation of energy flow. You now have a functional framework for mapping the metaphysical energy flows on the table. This analytical approach provides a level of narrative clarity that standard guidebooks cannot reach. You can identify polarities, calculate the impact of flankers, and deduce the core narrative engine of any spread you lay down. Put this to the test. Grab your deck, pull 3 cards, and calculate your own spread. Post your card combination and your resulting lead character in the comments. Let's see how your elemental chemistry settles out.